Hello everyone, I greet you from sunny and hot Granada where I'm staying for 3 nights. Today is my last night, but today, or basically yesterday I sent out my newsletter. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. I will put the link under the video. I've decided quite spontaneously when I will take you for the walk in Granada. I will show you and I will talk a little bit about how I travel solo, how I meet people, and how do I socialize and make new friendships. So let's go. Before I will share my tips, let me tell you that traveling alone, traveling solo is not easy. In fact, it requires a lot of courage to go alone to a new environment, to a new city where maybe you don't know the language, you don't know anyone. It requires so much courage, and therefore, just thinking about it, I am so proud of you. Maybe it doesn't look like, but I feel very often quite introvert. I feel sometimes shy, I feel sometimes afraid to talk to people. So it's very normal. It's really normal. I even know some extrovert people who just need this first contact. Maybe you know it, that you're like standing sometimes very awkwardly next to someone and you just wait that he or she makes the first step, and then once they start talking to you, you're like, it's really difficult to stop you. If you feel like you want to meet someone on the first day, or you want to meet someone on the third day or third week, depends on you. Sometimes we really need the time to be alone. This is completely normal, but if you're really searching for friends, don't worry, I got you. And I will share some of my tips, what I do when I am traveling alone. You might be asking, why does she travel alone? Well, it's not because I don't have friends, it's just because that sometimes I want to travel somewhere and my friends don't have vacation, or they just cannot go because they don't have money, or they have different plans, or they don't want to visit the same destination as I do. Does this stop me? Does this makes me to be at home? Definitely not. So that's why I'm traveling alone or solo for basically most of my trips. You might tell me, okay Lenka, it's fine to meet people, but how do I even meet these people if I'm afraid to go somewhere alone? Well, believe it or not, this was happening to me very often. That I would be so awkward to just go for a lunch on my own, or I would be so awkward to go to museum or to just like walk somewhere. I would be thinking like, oh, those people need to think, they must think that I'm really alone or lonely, I'm kind of weirdo. Well, there is nothing else that I can say, just go for it, because people cannot care less about you. I'm sorry to say it like this, but people mostly care about themselves. And even if they do, then they will probably think, wow, she or he is so badass going somewhere alone, because believe it, many people are afraid going somewhere alone. I have so many girlfriends who would not go somewhere to some event just on their own. Will probably end up in a situation where you really want to go somewhere. Doesn't matter if it's a hike or if it's a museum, or you need to go to supermarket, or you just need to go eat and there is no one around and you need to do it on your own. So I guess those situations will help you a lot to learn and master this. My current trip in Andalusia and Spain is really spontaneous, but if I would do what was my initial plan, I would stay at Couchsurfing. What is Couchsurfing? You definitely know the platform. It's basically like Airbnb, but with the difference that you basically stay with some local and usually they show you around if they have time, and you basically pay them with your time, your energy, you invite them for dinner or something. This completely depends on what do you and your host expect. But for me, Couchsurfing is an amazing platform, and thanks to Couchsurfing, I was able to not only discover so many cultures, meet so many people. Of course, I've been able to also stay at local places, but I've met a lot of people from the local area, which not they only became my friends, but I was not alone, and this was such big help initially when I started to travel. So Couchsurfing is an amazing platform. On Couchsurfing you will not find only hosting, but there are also some big meetups. So if you need to meet up with someone and you're kind of scared to be hosted by a stranger, you can just go to the page and see if there is some local meetup around, and you can go there, and there will be all people who are on the Couchsurfing platform, and they very likely don't know each other neither. So this is a very good idea. Use Couchsurfing as well. I have literally no idea where I am, but I think this is also one of the perks of traveling alone. You can just go wherever you want. You don't need to wait on someone. So in fact, people often consider traveling alone, lonely, solo, as something like, oh, as a last option. But to be honest, in most of the cases I prefer to travel alone or solo. Because, why? Because I will meet so many people anyway. Hi. The hills of Granada are just killing me. One of the other options how to meet people when you're traveling solo is ask in some Facebook groups. There are a lot of Facebook groups like female traveling solo, or young people traveling solo, or 50+ traveling solo. So if you write there and ask if someone wants to join you, that's option. Or also you can find groups of people with a similar interest, like content creators in Granada, or Web3 crypto fans of New York, or something like this. This is also a very good option if you're searching also like-minded people on the travels and you wanna also do some proper networking. What I absolutely enjoy about like strolling around, having no plan, that if you find something exciting, you are excited as well. Like this building. I need to check it out, what this building actually used to be like, or what is it for, but it's just so interesting. One of the other options if you're traveling alone, or if you're going alone to some destination, is to connect your existing friends with some of friends who are already in the destination you are traveling to. The world is a village, and therefore definitely ask your friends who might potentially know someone who is in the destination you're going to, because this can help you not to only get like a local guide, but maybe a new friendship, and you will not feel this pressure or anxiety of traveling solo to a destination. So I'm quite surprised that this magnificent building, it's just a hotel. Well, as you can see, it's built in the typical Moorish architecture, which you can find all around Granada. But now let's move to another spot and I will share another tips with you. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, give it a subscribe, give it a like as well, so we can all connect and become friends. Beautiful park with cobblestones, which is a little bit difficult to walk on, but it feels so nice. The park kind of covers or hides the sun, so it's really refreshing and really nice. I wanted to mention that we all feel sometimes solo or lonely or alone, or whatever how you call it. So also don't be afraid if you're traveling solo that the others don't want to meet you. They might feel exactly the same as you do. They might feel like, oh my god, I want to meet other people. So don't be afraid that you're completely alone, okay? Other amazing options how to meet people if you're traveling solo is go to free walking tours. Well, you can go to any other walking tour for sure, but free walking tour to me in Europe are embodiment of a thought where all young solo travelers, backpackers, or any people who are new to the city meet. So definitely, if you're new in a city, try some free walking tour, because you might meet people from all around the world. Plus, you might get some information about the location you are at. I just got a little bit lost in the little tiny streets, and I appeared to be in the city center. Now I am heading to my hostel, and hostels are one of the best options to meet people. For example, now this trip I would definitely prefer to stay at Airbnb or in some hotel just because I have a big suitcase and I need to work a bit. But if I stayed there, I wouldn't have the option to meet so many people as in the hostel, because there it's so easy to meet new people. I don't want to share just my opinion, but I also asked Matteo about what he thinks, because he works in a hostel I am currently staying at in Granada.
Hi guys, welcome to our hostel. I travel alone with the motorbike around the world.
Wow.
So I started alone, but I will never be alone. Also, I'm sorry for my English, but it's not so good. Like my Italian also, and my Spanish too. You have to start alone, because if you wait also to find some friends to go for a new adventure or experience, you risk to will never do it. So it's better to go alone. I advise you.
And you also have your channels. What is your channel?
Yes, my channel is Lost to Be Free. You can check it here.
All the activities, for example, this specific hostel is offering. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you've learned something new, and I wish you safe and adventurous travels. See you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.